Alright, boom. Welcome back. Gabe the Great. Second video of the day, man. I feel good. 2 days. I think I've gone one whole week making 2 videos a day, although one video did get taken down. But man, I hope you guys are doing good. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that I don't think people are thinking about and talking about. But I think it's super important, and I think if we don't start talking about it soon, and if we don't get a plan, we're gonna be like royally screwed. And one of the things that I want people to think about is like, what happens after Trump? This is one of the things on my channel is that you'll hear me say Donald Trump is not the problem. The problem is that the American people are weak. The problem is that the American people have no convictions. The problem is the American citizens don't know how to stand up for themselves. That's the issue. The issue is not Donald Trump. There's nothing you can do about evil people existing. Evil people are going to exist. Power-hungry people are going to exist. The problem is that a lot of good people sedate themselves with well wishes. Right? I have a video I did a few months ago where I talk about like the belief that God will take care of it is so dangerous because there's literally no guarantee. It's just something you tell yourself to make yourself feel good. It is a self it's almost a self-centered belief because you only believe that to make yourself feel good. So even when there are things happening that gravely impact other people, right? You tell yourself, oh, God's going to take care of it, and then you don't act. Or all you do is you pray or whatever it may be. But one of the issues right now in the United States of America is everybody just thinks, oh, we're just going to get through Trump. We're just going to get through Trump. Okay, but what's on the other side of Trump, guys? You guys are like, oh, he's going to go for another 4 years. I don't, again, not off of like any Second Amendment or anything like that. I think the guy's mental facilities or physical facilities will give out on him. I don't think he's gonna live another 8 years. But what you guys haven't thought about is what happens after a guy comes in and completely decimates and destroys the infrastructure of the United States government. See, you guys haven't thought about that. You guys haven't thought about, okay, what if they actually get someone who's competent up there? What if you get a competent, evil person at the top of America after Donald Trump? What do you guys think is going to happen? Right? Like, we already live in actually, we live underneath an authoritarian rule right now. Again, Donald Trump has said repeatedly, they rigged the 2024 election so he could become president. We live under a dictatorship right now. And again, I did a video earlier today, America's just in denial. But what comes after Trump is going to be scary. A competent dictator with no guardrails, with no real, I mean, we didn't really have checks and balances before anyway, but not even the facade of checks and balances. What do you guys think is going to happen? Donald Trump has spent the past 3 elections destroying the idea of a free and fair election. There's not a single presidential election that Donald Trump was involved in that he didn't try to usurp it. All you got to do is be a little bit more charming and you can be way more ruthless in what Donald Trump has done. And I don't think you guys get that. I think Americans think that they're entitled to a happy ending. Like, Americans believe that they're entitled for this thing to work out. And I don't like using fear because I think that fear is not the greatest motivator. But at this time, I was talking about this with somebody on another channel. It seems as if when it comes to people, they will not act before it's too late. And I'm telling you guys, what comes after Trump is going to be far worse than Trump. You guys have got to get off Trump. Whether you're MAGA, whether you're on the left, you have to get off. You have to stop talking about him. You have to stop thinking about him. You have to stop consuming his content. That's the goal. The goal is to get you focused on him. Because what comes after him will have no guardrails. What comes after him, he's there's no floor now. There's no floor. He's a criminal who stole the idea of leader of the free nation is gone. Is decimated. Americans are so badly trying to hold on to this illusion. And I'm going to tell you as somebody, again, for those of you guys who don't know, I'm a former cult leader. And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to the United States of America. It's going to be very painful and it's going to be very ugly, because what's happening in the United States of America is we're going through an identity crisis. When you leave, when you figure out that with some of your foundational beliefs, your foundational truths aren't true, you have a complete identity crisis. You don't even know how to be you. And what Donald Trump has done unknowingly, and probably he just doesn't care. It's not about did he intend to do it. He doesn't care. He cares about himself. What Donald Trump has done is he's walked the United States of America straight into an identity crisis. And this is going to be painful because people don't want to accept it. People don't want to accept that the roots of discord have always been there. The roots of inequality are written into the foundation of the United States of America. You guys have been calling immoral people justices for centuries and decades. You've been calling this war-hungry machine that spent like 97% of its time as a country at war. You've been calling it the land of peace and freedom. And it's like, fam, you need to walk straight into it. Something I talk about in my manifesto, the Overman's Manifesto, is I say, you have to walk straight into the unknown. You have to dive head first into nihilism. And America is going through national nihilism. America is going through a period where it doesn't know who it is. Everything that comes out of its mouth is a lie. If you say that America is strong, you're lying. If you're saying that America is about justice, you're lying. If you're saying, and that's the other thing, if you're saying America is about corruption, that's also a lie. Because there's millions of Americans who don't, like myself, who don't want to be corrupt and don't want to live underneath corruption. But everyone has been pacified out of who they truly are. Everyone has been pacified out of actualizing who they are, actualizing these goals, values, and principles. And so what comes after Donald Trump is going to be really, really, really ugly unless we select it, right? Part of the reason why I'm stepping up now is not because, like, I'm cut from the same cloth as power-hungry people. It's just that I've survived it. I've survived the power-hungry gauntlet. I've had all the power in the world from inside of a cult. And I know what that's like. And it's just one of these things where I was thinking about it this morning, where it's just like, I truly believe that as men, we got to start looking at the person who leads our country and going, yo, you might not even be worthy to lead us, bro. Like, as a man, dog, you can't. Donald Trump is not a leader of men. Like, he needs people to talk to him like a mother talks to her son. He needs people to constantly give him encouragement, constantly feed his ego, because he doesn't know how to survive without that. He's not a leader amongst men. And I'd be looking at a lot of these leaders in the country going, yo, at what point are y'all just going to be like, yo, as a man, he can't lead us? No. We're just not going to follow that. We're not doing it. Right? So I think the American people really need to think about this. I ain't going to take too long on this because I don't think it needs to, too much needs to be said. I think that what comes after Trump is very, very, very scary. And if Americans do not unite behind somebody, if Americans do not come out and go like, hey, this is because this, again, we're in a dictatorship right now, today, May 2025. You are in denial about it. The guy has explicitly told you they rigged the election so he could become president. He has told you, all long live the king. Y'all think that shit's humor. Y'all think that shit's trolling. That shit's not trolling. He's telling you what it, because again, if y'all ain't gonna do nothing now, you think you're gonna do something when it gets worse? You think it's gonna do something when there's actually military marching the streets? You just have told yourself that that could never happen here. That could never happen in the United States of America. But then when it does happen, you're gonna be looking stupid. Actually, when you're gonna be dead or in a concentration camp or some shit like that. So, but yeah, man, we gotta find our leaders. We gotta unite around them. You have to make your leaders. I talk about this in the manifesto, right? There's the person who goes for the throne, and then there's the people who build the throne. You gotta build a throne for the next leader to sit on. Otherwise, what comes after Trump is gonna be extremely scary for everybody for a very long time. All right, love you guys. Bye.